tell them a little bit about the horrendous accident you were in.
Okay. My name is Ben. This is my wife, Melinda. And on December 24th, on our way home from a Christmas Eve service, we were T-boned while going through an intersection, and by an intoxicated driver who was going 65 in a 40, and it was pretty bad. I was knocked unconscious. We were both knocked unconscious for it.
Mm-hmm. It hit on the driver's side.
Yeah, hit on the driver's side. Hit just behind my door, but it's still hit my door. And we had another friend with us too in the back seat who suffered some pretty crazy injuries. After that, I think you guys were taken to...
We were taken to Bend Hospital.
To the Bend Hospital, and then I was taken to the Redmond Hospital, and they airlifted me back to Bend and put me in the ICU for
2 days.
For 2 days, yeah, about 2 days. In the accident, I suffered lacerated spleen and kidney, also bruised lung. I have 2 chipped wing vertebrae, chipped wings on my vertebrae in my neck. I think we both suffered some pretty serious concussions. What happened with you?
I had just bruising in my elbow and then just pain everywhere. I did have head trauma as well. I was knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
And both of you were unconscious were unconscious for almost 30 minutes. Is that correct?
Probably, I think so.
Yeah. And they had to use the jaws of life to actually extricate you from the vehicle.
Yes.
Yeah, my door was demolished
Yeah.
on impact. Yeah. So yeah, they had to cut me out of the car, and then
he walked away, but they sedated him at the hospital, and then he was intubated as well. Yeah.
And what were the days like after that accident?
Pretty crazy. I think the first 2 weeks were kind of miserable for both of us.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get out of bed without her help.
Lots of memory loss. He doesn't remember the accident or even going to the church service. He doesn't remember any of that.
Yeah, I think I lost about 2 days of memory.
He also doesn't remember little details of the next 2 weeks after the accident.
Yeah, I mean, I had phone calls with friends that I just don't remember.
Just a lot of pain. We were both in lots of pain, neck pain, back pain, and we also had we weren't sleeping well because we were in so much pain.
I think we would wake up at least I would wake up about every hour, every single night for the next about 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, and it was just hard. Mentally, it was hard to wrap our mind around anything.
Yeah.
It was just hard to concentrate, hard to think about things. And
yeah, when you guys first came to see me, you couldn't focus.
No.
Couldn't have any screen time. Your parents had to fly in to help
take care of us.
Because you couldn't even remember what schedule to take either one of you.
Right.
Had such bad traumatic brain injuries that you couldn't remember what schedule to take your pain medication. Wow. On Christmas Eve.
Yeah, on Christmas Eve.
First Christmas together, and we don't really remember it.
So. Yeah.
Wow. So then, maybe share what brought you to our office.
Parents.
Yeah, mostly I think my parents. My parents they've known you for quite some time, and as soon as we got here, I think we both tried to get to our the clinics that we both used to go to, and I couldn't get into mine, and
it was like the week after Christmas, so I mean not everybody was open.
But you saw us. I think the accident was on
Saturday. And I think it was on a Wednesday when we first saw you.
Yeah.
Or
So.
Thursday, I remember, but yeah.
Which was, pretty quick, and we needed it.
Yeah.
So.
And so when I first saw you, that was just a few days after you'd been released from the hospital with a major traumatic brain injury. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they released me on Monday. Right, so 2 days later.
Yeah. So, and maybe just share what that was like, and you, what your experience has been with other providers.
Yeah.
What your experience has been here. And some people might be thinking, well, why would you go to a chiropractor with a lacerated spleen and liver and a major traumatic brain injury but perhaps you could share your experience about how we treated you and why it was important to get in the way we got in and started.
Right. So given the other internal injuries that I suffered, I really couldn't hardly move. So a lot of the treatment that I received was with laser to minimize swelling, and going to the chiropractor, you got my joints moving. So, which I think was kind of critical to prevent scar tissue buildup and whatnot, so that I wouldn't suffer as much long-term injuries to my spine or to the rest of my body. So I think that's why it was so important to come to see Dr. Hanes, was for that. But also I went through a lot of trouble with my mind and my head and stuff due to the concussion, and his help with that has been huge. Like at first I could look at a TV screen or a computer screen for maybe 10-15 minutes before I would get a headache, or my vision would get blurry. And his work with the lasers, specifically on my head, have been a huge help for that. And so I think
and we weren't getting a lot of help from other people. We went to some specialists, concussion specialists, and they're like, oh yeah, you're fine, you can go back to work. And he was barely able to look at a computer screen at that point.
I almost cried when I heard that.
I know.
Because I just knew I was not going to be able to work, given how I was doing with screens at that time. So.
Well, and for those who really know how to treat a mild traumatic brain injury like yours, you shouldn't go back to work.
No.
And you shouldn't be on a screen, because it really slows your progress. And here we are. I've been working on you, 5-6 weeks, and you've made, wow.
Amazing progress. Yeah.
How would you describe your progress?
I don't know how I'd be here without it. I can do most of the things that I used to do now. And honestly, from being hit by a car at 65 miles an hour, I'm surprised to be alive, let alone functioning as well as I am right now.
Yeah.
So
I would agree.
I'm extremely impressed with how things have gone since then, since we've been coming here.
Well, and that's a lot because you've been such a good compliant patient, and so maybe talk about some of the, besides chiropractic and the laser, some of the other things that we did with you.
Yeah. Did you do exercises and stuff with your eyes and stuff?
Oh, yeah, I've done a lot of eye exercises, which have I think have really helped with my vision and my focus. Like I said, like before, if I could put too much concentration on, not just screens, but almost anything for too long, it would give me, headaches, it hurt my eyes, I get, blurry vision, and now that's almost completely gone. Yeah. So.
And how big a role do you think was the nutrition that we got implemented right away?
Oh, I think that was very key.
Oh, yeah.
You had us on like 3 different things, and they really help, like a multivitamin and the fish oils and stuff like that. That really, I think, helped at the very beginning. And then the inflavonoids were just tremendous. They helped with the swelling and
I don't know if I could have gone without those,
yeah,
honestly.
they helped us sleep at night. So
Good. So just kind of wrap up, because where you were right after that accident, that's a scary place.
Yeah.
I mean, you were, like you said, lucky to walk away alive. Had a pretty major traumatic brain injury. And to be where you are 6 weeks later, if you went back to that scared deer in the headlights right after the accident, right, where you didn't know where to turn, how to get help, what would you say to anybody who's had a traumatic brain injury and wants to rehabilitate quickly? What do you think were the key things that we did that were important and getting them in there in a timely fashion?
Yeah, I mean, I would say if you got a concussion, I would definitely come in for some of the laser, the eye exercises, just to get your brain functioning again. I mean, to me, that was probably the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Just getting that,
and then coming in and getting adjusted to, I think, helped with the other, the pain and stuff, and it helped.
Yeah.
It did help the mind heal because your mind's so focused on the pain too. I think that helped as well.
And being able to sleep and not hurting so bad, turning over that
Exactly.
you woke up, yeah.
That helped a lot. Getting the rest that we needed.
And maybe you could tell your experience with the eye lights.
I think I saw immediate improvement coming from that. I mean, I think about every day I did it, and I was coming in about 3 times a week. I think about every day I how would I say that? I improved about double where I was at the previous, the previous day every time I would come in for that. And like, I think my ability to focus greatly improved around that time because of that.
So and for those who don't know what, and I can show them, maybe we'll do another video and I'll show them the eye lights and how we use them to stimulate different, the recessive eye.
Right.
So anything else Melinda, you would have to say, or Ben, about anybody who might potentially be on the fence about, I'm still hurting so bad I can really get out of bed, should I really be going to a chiropractor? Or, is a chiropractor trained like I am with functional neurology, functional, is that where I should start? What would you say to those folks?
I mean, I would say definitely that it's worth it because I mean, it helped even me. I mean, I had less injuries than Ben, but it helped me a lot. It's like I said, with rest and just being able to, because I was taking care of him, being able to take care of him. And just it improved just quality of life basically at the very beginning.
I mean, honestly too, if you can sleep better, you're gonna start healing better. So I mean, that was huge for us. I would, if you're on the fence about whether or not to come from chiropractic care or anything like that after a traumatic accident, I would say go for it. I don't think you can really, I don't think you could get away with not.
Yeah, and we never really had any questions about whether you were qualified to take care of us out after something like that. We always were like, he knows what he's doing, because it always helped and always worked. So.
Yeah, and it was just good to know that we had somebody taking care of us that just knew what they were doing, and.
Well, it's been fantastic for me working and watching you guys, how quickly you've turned around. So, and thanks for doing this. And hearing word of mouth from someone who's been through it does more than, me talking. So thank you. Very honored to be working with you both. So thank you.
Thank you.